So I took this picture while I was above our coastal wetlands in a helicopter with some other scientists. And what those scientists didn't tell me off the bat is that before I could do this amazing experience, I would have to go through underwater escape training. So that meant I found myself strapped in the hull of a helicopter, submerged repeatedly underwater, hoping to God that I could escape every time and not drown in a swimming pool. Right? So while the water was rushing up as I was strapped into this helicopter, higher and higher in what felt like slow motion, I realized that I was experiencing sea level rise viscerally in a way I never had before. Right? And these coastal salt marshes also experience sea level rise, although a little less dramatically, as coastal sea levels are increasing with climate change. Now, these marshes are strapped in just like I was strapped into that helicopter to the coast. And these marshes offset some of the impacts of climate change by storing carbon, especially in soils, but they also produce lots of other ecosystem services that we depend on. But they are drowning. And not only are they drowning, but we don't yet really predict very well how they'll respond to future sea level rise. Now, these data are really important because it will help us understand how long we have before we lose more of these marshes and what restoration activities may help. So as a plant ecologist, my dissertation focuses on this problem by studying how the plant community responds to sea level rise. And I do this in the field and the greenhouse. So what have we found? Well, in the greenhouse, we've seen that sea level rise may shift carbon stores away from soils and towards above ground tissue. Now that's a problem because soil carbon is stored much more long term than above ground tissue. Furthermore, in the field, even after an entire year, marshes that were experimentally disturbed that are more flooded have not recovered. Now, as these marshes experience many disturbances in the field, their recovery is crucial to their sustained longevity. So what can we do given these data? Well, the time to act on climate change is now, yesterday, in fact. Right? It's only going to get worse for these marshes if we do nothing. But in the meanwhile, we desperately need restoration efforts that give these marshes that are just hanging on by a thread a bit more time while we get our acts together. Thank you.